Hello. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is kind of loud. Hold on. At least for me. It should be okay for everybody else. But, anyway. Hello. My name is Vitruvian Jay, Homunculus VTuber born out of the pursuit of creating the perfect human. And we're playing Genshin Impact today. Yeah, that's... that's really it. I got right down to brass tacks, as they say. We're playing Genshin, and if you are a Genshin player, and if you have your account connected to Twitch, I have drops enabled, so you can get fun little goodies by just sitting and putting me on in the background. So, yeah, good for you if you play Genshin and want those things. I forget how long it takes for the drops to kick in. I think it's like as a viewer, I think you get something like every hour. I think, I don't remember. But anyway, we're going to do Kaveh's Hangout Quest today because yesterday I played Honkai Impact, right? Or no, not Honkai Impact, Honkai Star Rail. Yes. Impact is the other one. And I guess there is controller support for Star Rail. My controller just wasn't registering for whatever reason, so I had to play with keyboard and mouse controls, and it absolutely murdered my arm. So I was not originally going to play cutscene heavy stuff in Genshin today. I was going to do some exploring, but my tendons are feeling a little bit iffy, so like I don't really want to push it too hard. So yeah, we're mostly doing low-key stuff in Genshin that doesn't involve a whole lot of button pressing, hopefully. So, very casual Genshin stuff today. And it's specifically Kaveh's Hangout. Because I did not finish the TCG, like the first quest. And I'm not interested in the TCG mechanics. Sorry for like, what is it even called? Something Invocation? Something Invocation TCG. What is the first word? We'll find out in just a moment. Genius Invocation TCG. As you can see, I did not finish the original quest. I'm not a trading card games person. So the trading card game mechanic in Genshin Impact is one that I am widely not paying attention to. However, a daily commission is right here, so I guess, we're gonna do this real quick. Wow, easy peasy, thanks. But anyway, how is everybody else doing today? Hopefully nobody else is experiencing, arm pain. Or any sort of other pain, for that matter. Hopefully that's just me. Is there another one right here? Well, might as well. Very convenient. Am I losing frames? No, weird. Hilariously enough, because in order to play Star Rail yesterday, I had to uninstall Overwatch 2, which is fine, because I didn't really play it anyway. Thanks, Ito. But, dude, why aren't you charging appropriately? But, so, uninstalling that game freed up a lot of space, right? So, theoretically, my computer should be running a little bit better. And, oh, Kaveh's friendship level was increased. Nice. But, wowee, they're all just bundled up right here, aren't they? But, so, since I uninstalled Overwatch, I've actually had performance issues. So if I, like, stutter or drop frames or something, I don't know what's going on, but, like, Overwatch was keeping me together, I guess. And now that it's gone, nothing wants to work anymore. At least as well as it was before. Wonderful. Well, we've done 3 out of 4. I guess we'll just find the last one. There it is. Oh, I hate that location. That's so inconvenient. Did I leave Firefox open? Is that why I'm... Hold on. Oh, I did. That's why I'm stuttering. It has nothing to do with anything else. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Wait. No. Correct. Ish. We'll get to Kaveh in just a second. I promise. Up. This way. Oh. Oh, well, maybe I should get Kazuha, then. He always makes these so much easier. Sure.
That's close enough. A new punch to the wind.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh damn, I am experiencing frame rate issues. Why is that? See, like I said, Overwatch was keeping me together, I guess. Miraculously. But I guess the thing is, I don't have like a bare bones system. I have a gaming desktop computer. It's built for this, so I don't know why. Oh, come on, Bushi. I missed. So I don't know why I'm having issues. I shall have to troubleshoot it another time. But not now, because we did our commissions, and I'm pretty sure Kaveh's quest will just have us... Oh yeah, Yoimiya got another, story quest. Go. The Pendulum of Weal and Woe? Dude, Kaveh, do you have emotions? Of course he has emotions. You know what I mean.
Don't underestimate the beetle. They can be some of the toughest little guys around. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Walk around Sumeru City. I gladly will. Hold on, Ito. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be like right... Oh, I can't even talk to Catherine. He's probably talking to Catherine. How convenient. This is so serendipitous. Is he up there? Is he up there? Ooh, there he is, there he is, there he is. Who's he talking to? That map is huge. Oh, dude, yeah. Here, let me, So, this is the new area up here. But, so that's the desert. This is the rainforest portion. And from here, this way, that's all, Sumeru. Which was the 4th region. And then from here, all the way of this part, and, this area, this is known as Liyue. And then we have Mondstadt up here, which was the first area. But then if you go all the way down here, you've got a bunch of islands. Fun stuff, and the ocean. But wait, there's more. You've got this, which is basically like underwater where all of the islands are. And then you have the chasm, which is underneath Liyue. But, yeah. So it's huge. And we still have 4 environments to go. So, or 4 countries to go, rather. I want to switch to my All-Dendro team. Incredible. Yeah, this game's gonna be fucking massive, my dude. I have to switch to All-Hatham. For the fun of it.
I've taken a look at your proposal. It's much better than the ones you showed me before.
Todd Habercorn?
But I'd still like to make some changes.
I'd recognize your voice anywhere.
Not again. Isn't this the 6th proposal I've shown you? What's your issue this time?
Oh, dude. Right off the bat. Kaveh, I feel that. It's... Oh, man. There was one time, because, you know... I do commissions and stuff, right? there was this one person who wanted art from me who I gave them exactly what they wanted like fucking 8 times. And every single time they were like, actually, could you change this? Actually, could you do that? Actually, could you do this? And I'm like, dude, yeah, but like, this is the 6th proposal I've shown you. What's your issue this time? Dude, I feel that on a spiritual level. Anyway.
It's a bit hard to put into words, but the design still doesn't look quite right to me.
I have to say, that's a terribly vague and unconvincing explanation.
Oh, man.
Enlighten me. What would feel more right to you?
He sounds so angry. I understand.
For starters, don't you think this roof is jutting out a bit too far from the top? It looks almost like the head of a fungus. This door, too. I don't think it needs to be nearly this large. If you could reduce it to around my height, you could use the leftover materials to construct a few more rooms.
That's not how that works.
Roof and the door are the most fundamental parts of a building. If we were to change them, then what would be left of the design? Even if the soul
His little angry bits.
Traces of architectural style would be gone. Anyone with the slightest inkling of architectural knowledge would know to leave them alone.
Oh, I understand the principles of what you are saying, of course, but the truth remains that I'm still a bit unhappy with the design as is. Is there anything else that you can do? Oh, actually, I just got an idea.
Oh no.
Can we get rid of all the extraneous sections on the roof so the whole design will just be one vertical structure, similar to that of a tree trunk?
Oh my god.
What?
Don't architects often say that symmetry makes everything more balanced and pleasing to the eye? This way, the proportions will be completely balanced.
I really don't know how you managed to come up with such a ridiculous idea. Wait, don't tell me. Someone hired you specifically to commission me and put me through the ringer? Come to think of it, though, I really don't think I've gotten on anyone's bad side recently.
I don't think it's that
Anyway,
deep,
that's
sweetie.
it. I will not be working on this commission anymore. Goodbye. Maybe you can find yourself some other genius who'll be able to satisfy your demands.
Some other genius.
Hey, young man, please wait.
Well, he's in a bad mood. Kaveh, not like... Well, I'm sure the other guy's in a bad mood, too, but... Kaveh looks like he's in a bad mood. Yep. Better go check up on him. I would love to check up on him. Let's go. Can I talk to... I want to talk to this guy, see what he's doing, or what his opinions are.
Were my requests out of line?
Out of line is not the correct term I would use. Alright. Mr. Kaveh. Oh my gosh, he's already going through it. How close can I get without triggering the cutscene? He's been in here for like 2 minutes. He's already out. Oh gosh. God, I love him so much.
It was truly the worst decision ever.
Are you alright?
Oh, hey. I wasn't expecting to run into you here. Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern? Don't listen to anyone who says that drinking is an elegant pastime. It's no good for your health.
I saw you arguing with someone just now.
So you saw that, did you? Ugh, I thought I was in the clear. I made sure to double check that nobody I knew was around.
You didn't
Anyway,
look good
thanks
enough.
for looking out for me. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm used to it by now. Stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult.
Oof.
Boss, I'll have a glass of wine, same as last time. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
I'll have a glass of juice.
Wine and a glass of juice coming right up.
Kaveh chugs down his entire glass of wine, and I my juice.
Already keeping a secret from me, but if you could add this one to the list as well, I'd really appreciate it. Arguing with a client is not a good look for me. If word gets out, Other potential clients might be afraid to work with me.
You got it.
Guy, though, what was he even going on about? All those ridiculous demands of his? He's just a blabbering fool trying to act like a know-it-all.
Kaveh seems a lot more honest after he's had some wine. Yeah, that's a side effect of of the wine.
Another glass, please, boss.
Oh no.
I'm not leaving today till someone has to carry me out.
Oh, is it me? Is it me? Can I carry you out? Is it me? I volunteer.
You got it, sir. I gotta say, though, it almost feels like you're saying that every other day now.
Oh.
It really is every other day that you'd run into a client who knows nothing about construction requirements or architectural style. If this was in the past, I'd never have gone through 6 whole drafts trying to accommodate the client's preferences. But perhaps getting used to this just means that I've grown numb to it. I've worked on so many projects since graduation, and none of them have been approved at the first pass. I would spend a lot of time altering my designs, and by the time the clients were finally satisfied, all my passion and enthusiasm would be gone. It feels like I'm straying further and further from my artistic vision with every change I have to make. I suppose, though, that just sticking to your guns and completely disregarding other people's feedback would also not be a good thing. All of this makes for a real paradox, one that particularly crops up in my work, too. In the end, what is the true meaning of art? Should I see it as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods? Or an expression of the light of my own wisdom?
And we're getting philosophical after those drinks, yeah.
How are you already spouting nonsense?
One, sorry, drink. Philosophical after drink, singular.
Much better than that.
Boss, what do you think is the meaning of art?
Naruto voice. Art is an explosion! Or Deidara voice. You know what I mean.
The meaning of art? Really, my friend, who in Sumeru understands art better than you? Anyway, I don't know about art, but I do know that I'm interested in business, and some patrons are waiting to be served. So, you'll have to excuse me for now. Just holler if you need anything.
You got it.
What do you think, traveler?
Oh no. You've had a glass and a half. Let's see. I honestly have no idea. Art is something that resonates with the masses, or something that embodies the creator's efforts and dedication. What do I think art is? Oh no. This is worse than the thinking mechanic. It's the make a decision mechanic. What is art? Oh no. Don't think too hard, just choose something. Art is something that resonates with people.
Yes, art shouldn't be self-indulgent entertainment saved for the elite. Let's say that I built a house for someone. If they don't like how it looks, then no matter how brilliant it may appear to me, they won't be happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that it can be very difficult to get validated by others. I could compromise my personal standards to accommodate my clients, but often that just means creating a final product that I would struggle to look at.
Kaveh still looks dejected, and even the wine didn't help his mood. How can I help cheer him up? Oh, well, haha, ooh, I know how, but, it's not family friendly. Maybe I should play it safe and just make a simple suggestion. Let's see. Let's do something else and clear your mind.
Sounds great to me. I don't even want to think about this project anymore.
With me around, you don't have to.
It's probably not a good idea to just drink until I pass out here.
It definitely is not. Why did you decide to become an architect?
Huh? Where did that come from? I mean, it's not like it's some kind of secret. You probably already know some bits and pieces of my past.
Nope, not a thing.
My mother is also an architect.
Oh!
Always adored her drawings. And when I was young, I used to sit next to her and watch her bring all kinds of buildings to life on paper. You could say my interest in architecture just naturally grew with time.
That's lovely. Would she be able to understand how you're feeling right now?
Perhaps. In fact, I have also seen my mother argue with her clients.
Ah.
But she would always quickly find the motivation to return to her work. Unfortunately, I've barely had any contact with her since she remarried and moved abroad. Even if I wanted to ask her about her ability to stay positive after an argument, It would seem rude to barge into her life again over something as trivial as that.
Barge into her life, you say? Well, I'm not gonna ask, but that's an interesting way to put it.
I did remember something else, though. When my mother left, she only carried some small personal luggage with her. She left most of the belongings in the house to me. At the time, she even told me that it would be great if I could learn a few lessons from her life experiences.
How long ago did she leave?
So my life and career could go a little more smoothly. I hadn't quite come to grips with my emotions, and didn't really have it in me to go through any sentimental items. So I just packed anything with memories away in a box and haven't reopened it since.
Oh, so he still has
It's been
it.
a really long time. Now that so many years have passed, maybe I have finally developed the maturity I need to face those memories without losing my mind. Yeah. I should dig it out and take a look.
Ooh, do you think I can come with you?
Huh? Sorry, I've had
Oh,
too much to drink.
light changed.
Wasn't thinking clearly. You're right. I should do these kinds of things with the support of a friend. Speaking of that, I can call you a friend now, right?
Yes,
Either way,
yes.
thanks for reminding me that
Yes.
I can invite you to come along. Had I just gone back by myself, it would have looked like I'm deliberately trying to keep things from you.
Officially friends with Kaveh.
Thinking too hard about the words is giving me a headache, so I'll just give it to you straight. Thanks to your advice, I have decided to put my current projects on pause for now, and spend some time trying to rekindle the passion for my craft.
Yes, do that.
If
It's
you want to
healthy
stick
for
around
you.
and see how this will turn out, you'll be sure to encounter some bits and pieces of my past. Do you think you'd find that too boring?
I don't think so.
All right.
If I did, I
Let's head back
wouldn't
together.
be here right
I
now.
mean, you already know where I live.
I do.
Who knew that the day would come when I, too, would have some friends over? Let me see. I should have tidied up the place before I left the house this
Oh, it's fine.
Hatham shouldn't be home now either. He's usually in the records room at this time of the day.
Oh, is Alhaitham gonna be
Anyway,
home?
There's no more time for drinks. I'll go take care of the bill.
I hope he's there, just because it's hilarious. Did he leave already? Yeah, cool. Go home with Kaveh. I would love to. Oh, I hope that Alhaitham is home. I hate going through this part of Sumeru, though. I always have stuttering issues. Both when streaming and when I'm offline, I always have stuttering issues here, so I apologize for that. I don't know what it is about this area that does that. Hello? Home sweet home. Enter Alhaitham's home. I love that it says Alhaitham and not Kaveh's. That's fantastic. I'm so sorry, Kaveh, but, like, it's true. You signed away the
Hatham isn't in,
property
so
rights.
Feel free to sit wherever.
No, he's
Bring
not
out the
home.
box.
Kaveh brings out a box and dusts it off. Oh boy, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time had passed.
Oh, that's a nice
The
box.
box is pretty dusty, which means it's already been a while since I've moved into this place. And many years since my mother moved to Fontaine.
Yeah, how long has Kaveh lived with Alhaitham? Do we ever find that out? I don't know. Maybe it's in like character profiles or something. I haven't gone through all Kaveh's, but anyway.
I'm happy for her. I hope she'll be able to find happiness there. She raised me all by herself after my father passed away. It definitely wasn't easy for her. Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what I packed into this box. What are all these things?
Oh, a drawing. Is that a drawing?
Oh, I remember.
Oh, he's
now.
so cute.
This is a drawing I made in Port Ormos. Obviously, I wouldn't call it anything special now, but I was less than 5 years old when I made this drawing.
Wow, very
That's more than
good.
20 years ago. You could say
Age.
it's pretty good for a child of that age.
More than 20 years ago. Kaveh, you're an adult. Thank goodness we have some sort of confirmed age for someone in Genshin Impact. That's very exciting for me.
Now that I've said that out loud, I suppose I do have some level of artistic talent, right?
I don't know what it is. I just love it when characters have a confirmed age in video games. Let's see. Why do you say that? Or, you don't sound as confident as you used to be. They're both good options. Why do you say that?
Criticism and self-doubt have always been a part of the artistic process.
Indeed.
Without criticism, there can be no improvement. It's normal for me to question my abilities from time to time. I admit that I may have spent a little too long questioning myself this time around, but as you know, the heart tends to dwell on whatever it pleases. Anyway, never mind. The more I talk about it, the less confident I feel. Let's see what else we have in the box.
Yes, let's move on.
My building blocks.
Legos?
Years since I've last seen these. When I was a kid, I used to stack them super high, and could even stabilize the tower to keep it from tumbling over.
Man, you were just like born an architect.
And this blueprint. I made it by copying my mother's sketch, and the aspect ratio was horrendous. It's still technically the first blueprint I made myself, though. I was super proud of myself when I finished it, and put it in the same pile as my mother's sketches, hoping she'd notice and compliment me for my good work.
You're so cute.
Unfortunately, my mother didn't realize that I had put it there. When she had a meeting with a client the next day, she handed my blueprint to him by mistake. The client was completely confused by this new blueprint, but apparently he felt too tongue-tied to question such a famous architect. It was only a few days later that he finally gathered up the courage to pay my mother a visit. He asked, "The door in this blueprint is even taller than the roof. Is this supposed to be part of the design?"
That's cute. What happened after that?
My mother took me with her to personally apologize to the client several times.
Okay.
She didn't scold me about it in private, though. Instead, she went over all the steps required to draw a good blueprint.
Oh, turned it into a lesson.
Throughout the whole process. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Let's see. Is there anything else left in this box?
Oh.
What was this again?
A diary of some sort? A notebook with a lock.
Ah, this is my mother's notebook.
Aha.
She
A
used to
diary?
write and
What? Okay.
sketch in it all the time. When I was a child, I used to be super fascinated by this notebook, and always pestered my mother to let me read it. After asking her a few times, she told me that I could read it as long as I could guess the password. Wonder why she didn't take this notebook with her. Did she leave it to me on purpose?
You could open it and take a look.
If only I could. I never managed to guess the password.
Even after all those years?
Hey, it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of inspiration. That's what we need to guess the password.
When's your birthday?
Who knows? Maybe this time something will come in my head, and the answer will just present itself. Let me think. What could it be?
Locks are usually numerical, so your birthday?
I could tell what you were thinking. Don't worry, I tried all the easy guesses a long time ago.
Okay.
I've tried my name, my father's name, my mother's name, my grandparents' names on both sides, and all of our birthdays.
On both sides.
I've tried every name and number remotely related to my family. I've even tried stuff like "Love you, Kaveh," "Take care," and "Yours truly." I've tried
That's
every
adorable.
cheesy phrase and well-wish in the book, but this lock has refused to budge.
Let's see. What else? What else would there be? Like postulating within a narrative, the restrictions of the narrative. The only thing I can think of is like a death date, but that seems a little bit morbid.
Try that route again. I have a hunch that it won't be that simple. Also, if she really did use something like that, she'd never hear the end of it from the folks over at Haravatat if they ever found out.
Or maybe like, we can try asking some of her old acquaintances, or then maybe we should just put it aside for now. Well, this is something that we can come back to. Maybe. Because there's multiple, there's multiple routes in the Hangout quests. Then maybe we should put it aside for now?
Yeah, you're right. Although I was hoping to find some words of wisdom.
We can come
from
back
my
to that.
mother, if I stop and think about it, her words may not be the advice that I need to hear right at this moment. Everyone's life journey is different. Traveler, you've visited many lands and met many people, So I'm sure you've run into situations where some advice wasn't exactly suitable for the situation at hand.
Mm-hmm.
I just got an idea, though. If
I
want
love
to
that
rekindle
expression.
The creative passion that I had before, instead of trying to unlock an old notebook, why don't I take a walk around the parts of town that had changed my life?
There you go.
What do you think?
Get your inspiration back. Sounds good to me.
I'm glad you agree. Then let's start by taking a quick stroll around the academia.
Sure. Oh, wait, dude. Alhaitham's gonna be there. Is there anything I can interact with in here? Probably not. This is such a pretty house. Whoa, the study found it. Oh, there's nothing in here. Oh, a camera. Wow, fancy. I should... Is this the front door? Yeah. I should, redecorate my teapot. I haven't done it in a long time. I used to play this game on mobile, and it was so much easier on mobile to, like, just do the decorating thing, because I could just, like, tap and drop things where I needed to drop them. But on, like, with a controller, the controls are just so... It feels so, counterintuitive to me. So I haven't touched my teapot since I made the switch about, like, a year ago. But, I'm also kind of waiting for the Sumeru version of the teapot environment to become available, and then I'll just redecorate the whole thing, because I'm using the Inazuma one at the moment. But, yeah, maybe I'll do that in the future, redecorate my teapot on stream, that'd be fun. And I can put Kaveh inside the mansion, and he can be like, wow, your sense of interior design is... Sure is a sense of interior design, and I'll be like, sure is. I've got like 17 rugs. And 72 bookshelves.
Of all the places in the academia, I remember this one most.
When will my
When
bond
studies
increase
got
with
busy,
Kaveh?
I used to pull all-nighters here trying to finish my blueprints.
Here? You sound like you almost miss it.
Who
Haha!
doesn't miss their time at the academia? Life was a lot simpler
Heart
then.
acquired.
Far less troubles. I created many designs that I thought were beautiful in the House of Dana. I drew whatever came to mind, since I didn't have to care about budget constraints or turning them into reality.
Why did you like to draw in the House of Dana?
If I had to give a reason, it'd probably be because I like the ambiance here.
It is
The
indeed
academia
nice.
also had a rule that allowed scholars to annotate any physical books they came across. As a result, the books here are chock full of scholars' wisdom across many generations.
Interesting. I'm so happy that we walk at the same pace. Instead of, like, you know, that horrible NPC to, player speed difference. This is nice.
Oh, here, this is a great example. This book, History of Ancient Sumeru Architecture, contains some analysis that I did many years ago.
I would like to read it.
Huh? Why
Oh,
is
no.
Etham's handwriting also in here? When did he ever read this book? I guess it's probably from when we worked on that research project together. Anyway, he probably never cared to tell you this, but the House of Dana is where Alhaitham and I first met. I came here to do my
Oh my
homework
gosh.
and saw him sitting by himself next to that row of bookshelves. A group of Haravatat scholars were chatting near him, but he looked as if he was too lazy to join them. There was a pretty stark difference between him and all the rest of them. It was my fault for feeling bad for him.
Feeling
I
bad?
thought he must have gotten into some kind of trouble and went over to ask if he needed anything.
Oh, I see.
Not realizing that...
Not realizing that you were in fact the one in a whole heap of trouble?
He's here.
Alhaitham? Why are you here?
The tone change, also before I forget it, because I wanted to make the comment, but I didn't want to interrupt Kaveh. I love that he immediately knew that that was Alhaitham's handwriting in the book. Like, oh my gosh.
The House of Dana is a
You two are
public space.
hilarious together.
Anyone can come here, no?
But shouldn't you be at the records room at this hour? You're not here to watch me make a fool of myself, are you?
You think I would derive amusement from watching you fall into depression over your life's various troubles? If that's the case, then I suppose I must have been entertaining myself for years. I came here to pick up a few files.
And to pick on
If
Kaveh.
your voice hadn't managed to get through my soundproof earpieces, I probably wouldn't have noticed you.
All right. I admit I was probably overreacting just now.
You always overreact, dear. It's part of your charm. I want to know what happened next.
Probably not when he's right here with us. As his senior, I shouldn't try to tarnish his reputation.
Okay,
There was nothing
okay.
embarrassing or shameful about it. When I was still a student at the academia, I once collaborated with Kaveh on a research project. A collaboration is usually beneficial for all parties, but due to issues with our personalities, we ended up going our separate ways before completing the project.
Mm-hmm. I
We
remember
had a
reading
number of
about that.
differences, and they remain unresolved even today. But there's no point going into that right now. The more important question is, why are you at the House of Dana?
Why indeed? Kaveh's feeling a little, you know,
As a senior scholar,
uninspired.
Isn't it my responsibility to offer my friend a quick tour and explanation of the academia's architecture?
I see. Then let me guess. Your next stop will be the pavilions around Razan Garden? Our famed architect sure loves showing off that corner to all his friends. Oh, and Kaveh, a lot of the books you annotated have been moved to the innermost section of that bookshelf over there. You'll have to dig them out yourself if you need to find them.
Huh? But why would you know that? Don't tell me you finally had an epiphany and realized that there's great virtue in respecting your elders' work.
Sure, if that will give you some self-confidence. Leave any words of thanks you may have to the ex-Grand Conservator. The last time he was here, he was complaining that he had received reports from current students. The main grievance being that the annotations are too long and difficult to read.
Oh my god.
As a result, the books you annotated have been moved to the back shelves.
What? But all of my annotations were extremely important. Instead of reporting me, they should have been thanking me for my service. The notes that I took, they couldn't have asked for a better analysis of those books.
Dude, he's just like me for real,
Okay,
for real.
Just you wait. I'm going to fix this right now. I'll dig all the books out and return them to the proper shelves.
Oh, we'll wait.
We'll wait. Oh man, waiting is about all we can do.
Anyway, you were about to say he's feeling a bit down?
Yes, could you tell? He was put through the ringer recently by a particularly difficult client.
Put through the ringer. What an interesting phrase. I assume he used those exact words himself.
It doesn't seem far from the truth, though.
He probably did suffer quite a bit, that's true. He always spends a lot of time editing his proposals, with the goal of satisfying as many of the client's preferences as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But the satisfaction of one client will not translate to general satisfaction with his work.
Yeah.
Many problems in life can only be solved by a fundamental change of attitude.
Yes.
As the leading genius of Kshahrewar, Kaveh should have both the right and the confidence to reject any unreasonable demands. There are plenty of architects in Sumeru who are inferior to him in skill, yet far more irascible in temperament. What's more, there are plenty of people who look up to such individuals as paragons of staying true to one's principles.
So the problem is with Kaveh?
Clearly, his predicament is inevitable, since he holds other people's feelings as more important than his own. Of course, each person is different, and we should respect the paths that they have chosen for themselves. Admonitions will serve no purpose. People tend to succumb to familiar pitfalls, and this is especially true for those who believe it's their duty to carry more burdens on their shoulders.
Kaveh could do to relax a little bit. Yeah, I agree.
Looks like you were having an enjoyable chat while I was gone. Were you talking about me by any chance?
Maybe.
What do you think?
What else is there to talk about? Surely no one would be interested in talking about the files
That's
we were
awesome.
browsing through earlier. Anyway, you should take a look at this. Look at this comment on page 82. Dear Kaveh, thank you so much for annotating this book in such detail. It was a great help to me. See that? Now
Oh,
that's
another
how
heart
students
gained.
should
Hell
treat their
yes.
seniors.
And it looks like you're already in a much better mood now. It really doesn't take much to make you happy, huh?
It's the little things. It's the little things.
I'm mocking that retired blockhead for being so full of himself. He understands nothing about the true beauty of architecture. When I can find some time, I'll have a serious talk with him about making sure these books are put where they belong.
Why don't you just move all the books yourself? It's not like he hasn't cursed you out before.
Cursed you out before? Oh my word.
In the academia. The Urchin of Kasharwar?
Oh my. Oh wait, that was the wrong
Kaveh
button.
had a habit of scribbling and writing in all kinds of books.
Hey! You didn't need to bring that up. At least not when I'm still standing here. Oh, actually, I also found a really old sketch in one of the books over there. See? Doesn't it remind you of something?
An arch bridge? Arch, tomato, tomato.
Don't tell me even you don't get it.
Bridge? What?
Don't ask me. This is the time you specifically put aside to brag about yourself. Feel free to hoard all the spotlight you want.
You... In that case, allow me to explain. Although this sketch is a little abstract, you can plainly see from the road plans that this was an original concept for the expansion of Port Ormos.
Ah, yes, clearly.
You can also plainly see that the designer was a huge fan of this project. It's the project he loves to talk about the most, second to the Palace of Alcazarzare.
Ah.
If I don't keep bringing up the neat projects that I've done, how would anyone know that I was the one who did them in the first place? Shouldn't be any
A
complaints
point.
about Port Ormos. If I remember correctly, the construction process was very smooth. Everything was made ready ahead of time, and there were very few safety concerns.
There are indeed no records of any complaints about this project. A most impressive achievement.
See? What did I tell you?
Was that a compliment,
Let's
Alhaitham?
take a stroll through Port Ormos next. I'll tell you all about the designs I made for the place.
Yes, I would love to hear you ramble. Are you going to come too,
No
Alhaitham?
need. It's almost time to clock out for the day, and I don't intend on bringing any unfinished work home.
Valid.
Suit yourself. It's not like you know how to appreciate artistry anyway. Let's go, traveler. I'll take you to Port Ormos.
Let's go! Is, Alhaitham still here? Oh. Books. I will, oh. I thought I could, like, take them. Let's see. The Almanac of Avidia Forest's Avians. The Almanac contains information on all kinds of avian species in the Avidia Forest, with notes on their nature, or their natural behavior and conservation status. A number of corrections have been made to the listed figures. Judging from the handwriting, they must have been pretty recent. Tainari, probably. And this one, Evolution of Ancient Architecture. Brand new volume. Seems like very few people have been interested in reading it. There are almost no annotations in the book, but the daring speculation made by the original author has been unceremoniously crossed out by a reader. Oh, a reader? Wonder who that could be. There's probably... Oh, goodness. A book. Read Graphical Illustrations of Ancient Architecture. I will read Graphical Illustrations of Ancient Architecture. Upon opening the book, you are greeted by a series of beautiful illustrations. Next to the lovely messages are some notes in equally gorgeous handwriting. The commentary is extremely thorough and appears to be even more professional than the book's original contents. I love Kaveh. School days. Cool, achievement unlocked. Wasn't not expecting to get an achievement. Is Alhaitham here, though? Probably not, if I don't see him. Alhaitham. Psst, 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 psst. Nah. Okay. Port Ormos. We're teleporting. I could walk to Port Ormos, but we'd be here for a while. You know, I do think it would be fun to do a stream where I walk from the spawn point in Mondstadt all the way to like the farthest corner of Sumeru. I think that'd be fun. And by fun, I just mean like funny, like ooh haha. Wouldn't it be funny if I spent 9 hours walking across Teyvat? The answer is yes, it would be hilarious.
Ormos.
At a cost, obviously. Did you design one of the buildings here?
No, I didn't design any one specific building. Most of my work here concerned structural renovation. Port Ormos had already existed since I was still a young child. It wasn't as large
I like
as
the
it is
framing
now,
of
though.
this.
It only came to its current size after a sizable expansion. I was part of that project. The arch bridge over there, for example, that was one of my designs.
Oh, how did you come up with the idea for it?
When I was first tasked with the project, I decided to reference the growth patterns of nearby trees to split Port Ormos into 2 levels. My goal was to improve the overall utilization of space. We ran into a lot of issues during construction, but thankfully, we were still able to achieve the original vision.
That's awesome.
Residents can now behold all the ships entering and leaving the harbor from the vantage point of the bridge, while visitors can recognize the site of Port Ormos from a long ways away. I was still young and new to the trade back then. I could hardly believe that an idea in my head could become reality and remain in the world for many years to come.
That is quite an achievement.
Cornerstone of the creative process. The point about the design that will be ultimately used to judge its true worth. It was the first time that it became crystal clear in my mind. Once built, a building will continue to stand. Countless people will see it, and countless more will step inside it. Its final worth, whether it's good or bad, will be assessed by the countless generations of people that interact with the building during their lives.
There we go. The legacy of the things that you make. I'm sure the residents of Port Ormos will really enjoy it, and I think it's pretty cool. I think both of these things. I think it's pretty cool.
You think so? I'm glad
Oh,
to
2
hear
hearts,
that.
2 hearts.
But even with this project, I still had one small regret.
Oh?
My budget was tight, and I was unable to use the higher quality timber I had originally intended for the design. I knew that some concessions on aesthetics would be needed as soon as I agreed to a proposal that prioritized the practical functions of the project. Us creative types know better than anyone that most projects cannot be completed without a few regrets. Even the Palace of Alcazarzare was not perfect.
But having no regrets would also mean you had no higher hopes for the future, my dear.
Yeah, you're right. I should learn to look toward future opportunities and believe that any regrets I have can be overcome in time. We've spent long enough here. There's still one last place I want to go, but it's a little far. Would you be interested in a quick trip to the desert?
The desert. Sure, I wouldn't mind.
Great. Most of my projects over the last few years have had something to do with the desert, partially because there's a special place there that I often visit.
I would like to see
It's
it.
a rare opportunity, so why don't you come along and see it for yourself?
I would love
If you
to.
ever
Let's
feel
go.
down, maybe you'll be able to go there and feel better too.
I can guarantee that, like, when I'm bored in Genshin, I'll go to wherever this location is, and I'll just be like, Kaveh comes here sometimes too. Oh, this place. The first ideal. This is indeed a nice little place to sit.
Who would have thought that so many primal constructs could have congregated here while I was gone?
Oh, are we fighting?
We won't be able to sit and talk peacefully with these guys around. Let's clear the area.
What party do I have right now? Is it my Dendro party? That's a bit of a pain in the butt.
Come at me. Scatter. Taking a turn.
Oh. Wrong direction, buddy. No, I don't have any Electro in my party. Oh, piss. Nope. Turn around. There we go. Last time I streamed Genshin, I spoke about my Genshin red flag is not building for team reactions or synergy, and, like, you know, that was a perfect example. I never, ever have Electro in my party with Dendro. Listen to Kaveh's thoughts. I'd love to.
Isn't this place great?
Random energy orb.
I often come here to clear my mind when I'm dealing with a difficult situation. You know what I mean. Everyone finds themselves in frustrating situations once in a while. Just take me as an example. My family life got shaken up quite a bit when I was young. I struggled in school, and I got into a huge pile of debt building the Palace of Alcazarzare.
You did.
Although Alhaitham thinks
Didn't
that it's
know
because
that.
of my personality that I continue to live in the shadow of the past, I think it's also just a part of life. Plus, if I look back, I've honestly had my fair share of good luck as well. You could probably say I followed in the path of my mother. Like her, I've gained a name for myself as an architect, built something that's seen as my magnum opus, and found many projects that others have entrusted to me to finish.
You also haven't completely lost your passion for life.
Life is too boring when you live
Fifth
with
heart
no
acquired.
enthusiasm
We
or
won.
passion. Only those who believe in the inherent meaning of it can capture the small nuances of everyday life and turn them into inspiration for beautiful designs. Of course, I will concede that loving something also means taking it to heart. So to an extent, caring is also a source of pain. If I didn't love my work, I wouldn't be so torn up about it all the time. But still, isn't this place beautiful? Despite the erosion from the winds and changing seasons, you can still perceive its past beauty and glory. With different landforms come different architectural styles. The desert's history has left it with few records regarding its buildings, so I often visit the desert to investigate things in person. The site here has moved me ever since the first time I laid my eyes on it. I told myself that one day, I would also be able to create buildings that move others. My pain will one day fade into nothing, just as I reach the end of my life. But buildings are different. They are far more valuable than most materialistic things, and far more durable than human flesh. As long as there remain souls in the world who can decipher the meaning behind them, they will also have acknowledged me across the vast stream of time. If you were to ask me what art is, that would be my answer.
I am thinking, if anybody in stream here knows me personally, you know what I'm thinking about right now? You've got one guess. The answer is Mesopotamia and the beauty of the persistence of humanity and the stories that they tell over time. You know what I'm thinking about? Thinking about the walls of Uruk, which we can still see to this day about 4,000 years later. Anyway, we're continuing because I'm not going to get sidetracked by talking about my favorite subject in the entire world.
You think so? But I feel I've always been like this. Remember that question I brought up before? The one about whether I should see art as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods.
Oh,
Or
tumbleweed.
as a product of my own existential struggle.
Yes, I recall.
I still haven't found an answer to that yet. But if art wasn't inherently paradoxical and enigmatic, then people probably wouldn't be drawn to it. Those who pursue art will be unable to avoid the pain that it naturally brings. Will often be floating on cloud 9 one second, and sinking in a mire the next. I'll try gathering my thoughts again once I've found a way to define art in the first place. In any case, thank you so much for listening to everything I had to say.
You're welcome. This has been extremely thought-provoking in ways that I never thought it was going to be. Beneath the stars, my pain will one day fade into nothing just as I reach the end of my life, but my buildings will endure. Save. Oh, I didn't know it was actually gonna, like, save a real file. Okay, let's dive into some of the rest of that. Okay, I want to zoom out. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom out. Okay. The tavern splits off in multiple directions. Okay, well, let's do the other diary one where we go and ask about,
The sweet, sweet.
thank you, Ito. Where we go, talk about the diary. I don't know how many of these we're gonna do. We've already been streaming for an hour? Wowee. I would spend many, many hours with Kaveh, though. I'm just surprised it took us that long to reach just one of the endings. But no, like, for real, this has been far more thought-provoking than I ever thought this was gonna be. I was like, oh, haha, let's go hang out with Kaveh, and he's gonna, like, get into an argument with all of them, probably. Like, I wasn't expecting to have, like, a philosophical discussion about, like, art and, like, being remembered throughout time for the legacies that you leave behind through your creative passions. Good God. But, like, in a good way, you know? I'm not, like, shitting on it. I'm actually
I'll
quite
hate to miss
enjoying
again,
it.
So feel free to sit wherever. I'll bring out the box.
Yes. Kaveh brings out the box. I'm gonna end up skipping through some of this. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time.
Maybe
had
I
passed.
won't skip. We're just gonna go
The
through it
box is
organically.
pretty dusty, which means it's already been a while since I've moved into
Take a
this place.
sip of water. Hydrate or dihydrate,
Since my
everybody.
mother moved to Fontaine. I'm happy for her. I hope she'll be able to find happiness there. She raised me all by herself after my father passed away. It definitely wasn't easy for her.
During the
Anyway, enough about that.
the last
Let's see what I
event,
packed into this box.
when Kaveh mentioned his dad dying, I kind of figured that it was something that happened in, like, the last handful of years and not something that happened when he was a kid.
Oh, I remember now. This is a drawing I made in Port Ormos. Obviously, I wouldn't call it anything special now, but I was less than 5 years old when I made this drawing. That's more than 20 years ago. You could say it's pretty good for a child of that age. Now that I've said that out loud, I suppose I do have some
Let's do
level
this
of
one.
artistic talent, right?
You don't sound as confident as you used to be.
Criticism and self-doubt have always been a part
Oh,
of the
same
artistic
dialogue.
process. Without criticism, there can be no improvement. It's normal for me to question my abilities from time to time. I admit that I may have spent a little too long questioning myself this time around, but as you know, the heart tends to dwell on whatever it pleases. Anyway, never mind. The more I talk about it, the less confident I feel. Let's see what else we have in the box. Ah, my building blocks.
The Legos
It's been
again.
years since I've last seen these. When I was a kid, I used to stack them
Or,
super
like,
high,
the
and
Mega
even
Bloks.
stabilize the tower to keep it from
You know
tumbling
that
over.
one,
Oh,
I saw it on TikTok,
I
like,
made it
ages
by copying
ago,
my mother's sketch.
and it was like, your mother buys you Mega Bloks instead of Legos,
It's still
as an
technically
insult.
the first blueprint I made
Anyway,
myself, though. I was
that's
super
what I
proud of
remember.
myself when I finished it, and put it in the same pile as
All
my
Hatham
mother's
got
sketches,
Legos.
hoping she'd notice and
Kaveh
compliment
got
me
Mega
for my
Bloks.
good work. Unfortunately, my mother didn't realize that I had put it there. When she had a meeting with a client the next day, she handed my blueprint to him by mistake. The client was completely confused by this new blueprint, but apparently he felt too tongue-tied to question such a famous architect. It was only a few days
Show me
later
the
that he
diary.
finally gathered up the courage to pay my mother a visit. He asked, "The door in this blueprint is even taller than the roof. Is this supposed to be part of the design?" My mother took me with her to personally apologize to the client several times. She didn't scold
Show
about
me
it
the
in
diary.
private, though. Instead, she went over all
Oh, at
the
this point
steps
we've,
required
like,
to draw a good blueprint.
I thought at this
Also,
point you'd have
patient
gotten a
throughout
heart
the
with Kaveh.
process.
I don't know,
still
maybe
remember it like it
because
was
we
yesterday.
just jumped to this part of the story.
Let's see.
and
is
we
there
didn't go
anything
through
else
everything
left in this
again.
box?
Ah, the diary, here we go.
What was this again?
Oh, the dog's barking downstairs, apologies. Anyway, notebook with a lock.
This is my mother's notebook. She used to write and sketch in it all the time. When I was a child, I used to be super fascinated by this notebook, and always pestered my mother to let me read it. After asking her a few times, she told me that I could read it as long as I could guess the password. Huh. Wonder why she didn't take this notebook with her. Did she leave it to me on purpose?
I am super curious.
If only I could.
Here, well,
Hey,
come
it's
on,
not a
let's
matter-
go.
Who knows? Maybe this time something will click in my head, and the answer will just present itself.
Your name,
Let me
maybe?
think. What could it be? I could tell what you were thinking. Don't worry, I tried all the easy guesses a long time ago. I've tried my name, my father's name, my mother's
He was very
name,
determined
my
at some
parents'
point to
names
get
on
into
both
this.
sides,
I wonder why
and
he
all of
stopped.
our birthdays. I've tried every name and number remotely related to my family. I've even tried stuff like "Love you, Kaveh," "Take care," and "Yours truly." I've tried every cheesy phrase and well-wish in the book, but this lock has refused to budge. I wouldn't try that route again. I have a hunch that it won't be that simple. Also, if she really did use something like that, she'd never hear the end of it from the folks over at Haravatat if they ever found out.
We can try asking some of our old acquaintances.
So we could find someone who was close to my mother and see if they might know anything?
Indeed.
I see what you're saying, but who should we talk to for that?
I don't know, dude. Who'd your mom
mother was
know?
never really the one to be social. My father was the one with more friends. but all those connections were severed when he died. Let me think. Is there still someone at the Academia who would know my mother? Ah, actually, there is someone. Professor Zaha Hadid.
Who's that?
Huh.
Another
You've
heart.
probably heard of her? She's a famous Gasharwar scholar and leading expert in formal garden design.
Formal garden
My mother
design.
studied under her as a student many years ago. Professor Zaha Hadid published many works during her career, so I was able to learn a lot by studying her essays. If there's anyone who still remembers my mom, it'd be her.
Let's go.
She's older now and is no longer teaching at the Academia. But if I remember correctly, she spends most of her time around the Bimarstan area.
Let's go.
Let's go take a look. We might run into her if we're lucky.
Yes. Door. Wondrous times. Okay, how far is it? Ugh, fuck frames. Just over that ways. We will walk. For a nice leisurely stroll as Kaveh. Professor Zaha Hadid. I haven't done many of the hangout quests in Genshin. I've literally only ever done, like, Bennett's and part of, Chungyun's. But, Tainari!
What am I supposed to do now? Forget it. I'll just head back.
Anyway, I was gonna say, I should do more of these. These are fun.
Tainari, what are you doing here?
Oh, it's you. Good to finally see you again. I came into the city to buy some experiment reagents, hoping to bring them back with me to Gandharvaville. But as soon as I got here, I noticed someone banging on Cyrus's door. You've all heard of Cyrus, right? He's an ex-sage and Cyno's adoptive father.
Ah, yes.
I was thinking about going over to ask what's happening. That granny over there may appear old and frail, but her vocal cords certainly sound loud and healthy as ever.
A granny, you say?
Granny?
Yeah, she's just over there. You can go check out the situation yourselves in a moment.
I would love to.
Kaveh,
Oh my god, he's
were
sniffing
you at
him.
the tavern?
I had a quick drink or two. Can you still smell the alcohol?
Oh yeah, he sobered up real
Drinking
quick,
in
huh?
broad daylight. Really? You want to pass out by the road and get run over by a sumpter beast like some mindless fungus, huh?
It was a drink or
Haven't you,
two.
traveler? You didn't try to stop him?
No. No. He was having a good time.
Kaveh. What happened? Are you feeling down again?
Oh, I forgot they're all like drinking buddies. They hang out.
Hosting a meal at Pardistii tomorrow evening. Do you want to come?
Ooh, dinner party.
Oh, I had no idea. Let me think for a moment. I'll come if I can find some time.
All right. Then I'll plan on reserving 2 seats for you. I'll be heading back to Gandharvaville for now. I have a feeling that argument over there is going to continue for quite some time.
Oh?
It might be best if we don't get involved.
A granny who lives nearby. Let's go take a look.
Yes, let's. You know me. I love getting involved in stuff. Oh, there she is. Hello, Miss Zaha Hadid. She looks so fancy.
Then I'm not going to leave. My tomato was growing so well. It had all the potential.
Hey, welcome in.
Tomato this year.
How's it going?
You cut it straight from the vine.
I already told you I had nothing to do with it. Why would I take a tomato that's still weeks from ripening? You'd have to be awfully green as an investigator.
I'm doing pretty good. You know, doing Kaveh's hangout quest, and it's going lovely so far. Dealing with some gardening issues, as you can see.
Enough nonsense. Just come out and face me, you coward.
I love her. She's so spunky.
If I've actually done something wrong, then get a mantra and pull me out by force, why don't ya?
Oh, why you?
Don't tell me this
Professor
is...
Zaha Hadid?
Yes.
And who are you?
Haven't played Genshin in ages.
Kaveh. Fancy seeing you here.
Her tone changed immediately. I play Genshin all the time. It's super fun. Yeah. I pump the game constantly. I'm like, everyone's like, you should play Genshin, you should play Genshin, everybody should play Genshin. I think it's fun. But, anyway. Her tone shifted immediately the moment Kaveh showed up, like, full grandma energy.
How long has it been? Come on, get over here.
And we're just chatting outside Cyrus's house.
Not bad, not bad. You've grown taller again.
And prettier.
Professor,
And
what's
prettier.
going on here?
It's no big deal.
And prettier.
Really. A few of us old scholars got bored in our retirement and decided to put together a vegetable growing competition.
Oh, it was a
Yeah,
competition.
whoever
No wonder
loses
she's so
will have to go up
perturbed.
on stage and do a performance for the winners. Which brings us to our current predicament. My tomato was sure to win until a certain someone decided they couldn't bear to lose.
Hey, don't try to defame me in front of the kids. If we're airing out each other's dirty laundry now, then why don't we talk about you sneaking into Janat's garden the other night?
There's drama in the retirement
Lucky
home.
for you, seeing these youngsters come to pay their respects today has put me in a better mood. I'll let you off the hook. for now.
Drama.
Come on, let's go. We'll take our conversation elsewhere. He doesn't need to be a part of it.
Yeah, like, I'm not even talking
yes,
about
of
gardening,
course.
really. Like, we have a completely different topic to discuss with you, ma'am. Where'd she go?
Is Faranak still doing well?
Yes, as far as I know. She left for Fontaine some time ago.
I hope we
and
can
started a
meet
new
her in
life for herself.
Fontaine.
She's still doing work related to architecture, though.
Ah, yes. I did hear about that. Did that upset you at all?
No, not at all. She's already sacrificed a lot raising me as a single mother.
That's good to hear. Your mother did struggle quite a bit those few years. It's probably a good thing that she found a new place to call home. Sometimes I wonder if things were harder for her because she was so beautiful.
Oh.
People were always drawn to her beauty first, only to realize she had a sensitive and vulnerable heart underneath.
So Kaveh gets
She
his
was
looks
still
from his
quite
mother.
young when she first joined my class as a student. Beautiful and
I mean, unless both of
radiant
his parents
with her
were
golden
gorgeous.
hair, yet quiet and single-minded. She seemed like a lass from some aristocratic house who was seeing the outside world for the first time. She had to make a lot of drastic changes in her life to raise you on her own. Even during her time in the academia, she was a thorough perfectionist. If she was unsatisfied with something she had made, she'd insist on redoing it, even if I was perfectly happy with it.
They're like the same.
Many
Her and
admirers,
Kaveh.
and they'd always fill up the first few rows of seats, hoping they could get closer to her sitting in the first row. If it were any of my other classes, you'd have found nobody sitting in the front. But every time I saw her, she was always in that same rigid pose. She'd have one hand on her forehead with the other clutching her pencil. Her eyebrows would be knitted in a frown as she concentrated on the blueprint in front of her.
Hard worker.
I'm sure she had many difficult moments in her life. How did she cope with the stress?
I'm not too sure. She never talked about such things with me. She rarely opened up to other people, you know. I do remember one time, though, when she got into a heated argument with a friend. She said something I found very memorable.
Is it something that can be translated into a series of numbers, perhaps? To unlock a diary, perhaps?
She said, "True art cannot be understood, but
Nah.
as an artist, I wish some people could understand its meaning and value. If you ask me, that's probably the greatest source of pain for geniuses of their craft. It's extremely hard for them to find someone who can truly understand their ideas."
So that's how it is. I wonder if the password could be...
Oh, I was wondering what that sound was. I guess he took out the diary and started, like, clicking it. I was like, what the hell? Who's walking by? Which NPC is making some sort of mechanical noise? Understanding?
I tried both
No.
just now.
Hmm.
Seems those aren't it either.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying
My
to
mother left her
unlock a
notebook to me,
diary.
but it has a password, and I haven't figured out what it is yet. I'm trying to learn more about her so I'd have a better chance at cracking the code. Thank you for all that you told us.
It's the least
Let's
I
see.
can do.
What else would it possibly
Thinking
be?
youngsters like yourself makes me feel younger too. Honestly, looking at you now, I can see how much you resemble her. It's almost as if she's standing right in front of me again.
Well, that's
Their
nice.
personalities are quite alike too. You're both stubborn and both a little awkward. Of course, I'm sure the similarities are mostly superficial. But so long as you continue to harbor those traits, you'll find a lot of difficulties in your work.
Oh, that's why we're here, ma'am.
I've taught a lot of students over my career, and in my experience, very few genius architects of Ksharawar ever found happiness for themselves. They would know exactly what they want to express and fight for it tooth and nail, which inevitably led to arguments with their clients. Some clients would choose to respect the architect's vision or just let the argument go because of the architect's reputation, but those are the rare ones. When Farnak first graduated, she was getting into arguments with her clients nearly every single day. I think it only got a little better when she met your father.
Well, that's kind of wholesome.
See, but could he understand the designs my mother made?
I don't know, Kaveh. Clearly the solution here is you have to get married. You have to meet the love of your life and marry him.
No,
I'll hate them.
I think they were probably beyond him, too.
Oh.
Despite that, he still stayed next to her, listening to
Oh
her
my God, they were
joys and
roommates.
sharing in her sorrows. Farnak had many admirers, but she ended up choosing your father.
What's Kaveh's dad's name?
In that decision.
I want to know.
So instead of understanding, perhaps all we need is just companionship.
Maybe that's what she was trying to tell you. Or like community? Community?
Huh.
Oh,
worked.
okay.
Oh, was that the right password?
Interesting.
Yes!
Then you should be on your way, child. Find a quiet place and see what she wanted to say to you. Being the awkward person that she is, I suppose there were many things that Farnak could never say out loud. Instead, she probably left them in her diary, hoping that they would make their way to you one day. If you're ever in a mood to chat again, just come and find me here. You're always welcome to discuss architecture topics with me as well.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Will do.
There's no need to be so formal. I'll let you kids go. It's time for me to take another stroll around the vegetable garden.
Good luck with your
What my mother
tomatoes.
could have written about.
Yeah, I'm very interested. Let's go back. Kaveh starts quickly flipping through the diary,
They all
revealing
say
lines of
that
elegant
it's
handwriting.
the toughest, but I think it's actually not too bad. On the other hand, though, structural mechanics is definitely a pain, no matter how you try to approach it. I doubled down and managed to get through it in the end. I met someone special. At first, I didn't think much of him, but now, I feel very happy whenever I get to spend time with him.
That's so
We
cute.
decided to name our son Kaveh. I don't think a younger me would have ever imagined forming such an intimate bond with another person. Back then, I lived only in the shadow of myself, as well as that of the dream in my heart. The bad news came,
Oh.
and even though it's been several days now, I still can't bring myself to come to terms with what happened.
Oh.
My eyes are so swollen it's hard to see. What if they're all lying to me?
What?
And this is just a long, cruel dream.
Poor Farnak.
But I have to face reality. I still have someone to take care of. No matter what happens, I'll do my best to raise my son on my own.
Well, that hurt my feelings.
Is this a drawing? Seems like it was done by my mother.
Oh my good golly goodness gracious, look at this. I could stare at this forever. Do you ever see something so beautiful it makes you want to cry? This is awesome. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh. I'm overwhelmed. As you can clearly tell from my monotony. But this is so cool. I love this kind of stuff. Oh my gosh. I have to continue. I'm gonna get caught up on this. We'll be here for hours. We'll be here for hours.
This blonde man was probably my father. But who are the other people in the picture? Huh? Why do a few of them look somewhat familiar?
Gee, I wonder why.
From the dates in the notebook, she probably drew this more than 30 years ago. I hadn't even been born yet. Maybe we were thinking too much. Oh, there are a few lines written in the diary about this as well.
Read them to me.
The one who invited us to the gathering is a talkative woman. Including us, 3 couples showed up. There was also a person who came alone. The talkative woman introduced everyone to each other. She spoke really quickly, so I couldn't quite catch everything she said. But I also didn't feel like asking her to repeat herself.
Valid.
My husband seems to be friends with the man with long ears. I couldn't really join their conversation, so I resigned myself to sitting in a corner and drawing in my notebook. I don't think I'd be able to become friends with any of these people, especially that stiff-looking couple.
Alhaitham's parents.
That man is certainly very handsome, but he would constantly alternate between disjointed and serious ways of talking. His wife is a bit more bearable. We were not acquainted with each other to begin with, and I doubt we'll see each other again after this gathering. The ambiance of this gathering is surprisingly pleasant, however. Talking to people can allow us to find some peace after a long day. Maybe my son will also partake in these gatherings in the future.
Oh, he sure will.
I hope he'll be able to make many friends.
Who would have thought my mother used to attend that kind of thing?
That's so
It seems
sweet.
she was only good at talking about her own work and found it difficult to join into other conversations. As a result, she often kept to herself and would be off to the side, drawing. There's more written on the back. Oh, it seems like it was written to me.
I'm gonna be thinking about this hangout quest for days.
Kaveh. I was both overjoyed and distressed when I learned of your decision to continue your studies in Kasharwar. You are very talented, and I am confident that you will become an architect of much acclaim. However, the more talented you are as an artist, the more misery and anguish you may encounter. No one will be able to help you during your journey as an artist. But outside of your life as a creator, you can learn to form connections with other people and enjoy many other things in life. It's the only way to alleviate your suffering. Whenever you feel down, seek out a friend to sit and have a chat. You can accumulate joy and fulfillment by spending time with them. The positive feelings you gain will get you through the long and difficult years. Never forget that companionship is the most important thing of all.
So that's the answer she prepared for me. She really thought long and hard about me and my future. Well, now that I've read her words, do you think I should accept Tainari's invite and attend that dinner at Pardis Di?
Yes. Wait, you were actually considering not going? I was gonna go. I fully intended to go.
The thought definitely crossed my mind.
No, socializing is good for you.
Together with friends and chat the night away. I don't want to bring down other people's moods because I'm sad. Besides, don't most people hate the feeling of seeing their friends troubled and being unable to help? And what's worse, nearly all of my problems can't be easily resolved with some encouraging words or gesture.
No, but giving yourself a break from the thing that is causing your problems can help you alleviate them. It is good to go socialize, Kaveh. Let's go to dinner with everybody.
And don't forget, I'm also older than all of them. As their senior, I should appear to be a bit more responsible.
Meh. But Tainari saw right through. He sure did. It's normal for friends to take care of each other.
You're not wrong, but I keep feeling like I haven't really helped them much in return.
Friendship is not a tit-for-tat relationship, Kaveh. It's always fun to have you around, Kaveh.
Wait, do you mean it?
Heart gained!
You're not making fun of me, are you?
No, I'm in love with you.
I'm so used to sarcasm that I can't tell what's genuinely a compliment anymore. Wait, by fun, did you mean... You know what? I'm not going to overthink it. I'll see you tomorrow at Pardis Di.
Yes. Alright, tomorrow. We're gonna use the clock function. Wait until after 4 p.m. the following day. I will not wait. Yeah, the following day. Nope, come on. Like, just... There we go. Very difficult to control the hands of the clock on a controller. Ah, the passage of time. How many days can you fast forward in Genshin at once? I've only ever fast forwarded, like, you know, like a day.
The latest design's getting there, but there's still room for improvement. Better make my finishing touches before the deadline creeps up.
How far is it? Oh, we definitely are not walking that far. I'm gonna be thinking about this quest, and just, you know... I'm gonna think about it for a while. I love Kaveh, I love learning about characters. This one is just rife with secrets and thought-provoking things, and character lore. I love Kaveh. And I think his character and his struggles are being handled very well from a writing standpoint. This is excellent. Good, Sino's here. I was hoping he was. I hope Alhaitham shows up so we can have, you know, the boys.
Alhaitham also got my
Haha!
right? Will he be coming to join us?
I sure hope so.
That guy, he's never been a fan of social gatherings. I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you.
He's gonna show up fashionably late, just like in his character teaser.
Are you sure? Alright then. I guess we won't wait for him.
No,
Yeah,
don't.
let's go.
He'll be late, but on purpose probably.
I mean, maybe we should give him a little more time.
Okay.
We can keep chatting for a while longer.
Oh, sure.
You still haven't told me, what's the occasion for getting us together here at Pardis Di?
We're celebrating the end of the first phase of Kaveh's studies.
Oh,
I wanted to thank you all for the help you've given her along the way.
that's lovely.
Then where's Kaveh?
I was just about to ask
She
the
said
same
she wanted
question.
to show everyone a bit of what she's learned, so she's still doing some last-minute prep at home. She'll be here shortly.
Good, I'd love to
Anyway.
see her.
Let's get started. To tell you the truth, I'm actually not so confident that the second phase will go as well as the first.
Tell me why.
The curriculum will become a lot more involved, and I'm worried that she won't be able to get through all of it. I was hoping we could brainstorm about it together before she gets here.
Okay.
I knew this wouldn't be just a simple free dinner. Is that why you also invited Alhaitham?
Yes, I thought it would be good if we could all put our heads together about this.
We're all
Anyway,
dads.
let's take a quick trip down memory lane. What did you guys do when you ran into a problem that you didn't know how to solve? Or got assigned a project that you knew you weren't going to finish on time?
A family can be 4 dads and 1 daughter.
Never happened to me.
Oh my god, Sino.
I'd just pull another all-nighter.
Oh my god,
You
Kaveh.
two are hopeless. Does anyone have a more useful answer to the question?
Perhaps you could just adjust the pace of the curriculum.
Ooh, that's a good point. Confidence is the most important thing. Once you lose your sense of confidence, it'll become all but impossible to find the motivation to study.
This could be a potential direction. I have already redesigned the literacy curriculum, and I was originally hoping to ask Alhaitham for his opinion.
On the literacy curriculum? Are you sure you want an opinion about that from him? I know that's like his thing.
It's
But-
very simple.
Oh my gosh.
Instead of focusing on the amount of material you would like to teach, focus on the amount the student would be able to remember.
Okay, that's better advice than I thought he was gonna
Actually
give.
showed up. I could probably count the number of times you've actually come to gatherings like this on just one hand.
It's still more than the number of times you've managed to get a proposal approved on the first try.
Oof.
As long as you're still aware. So, what makes the
Roasting
difference
Kaveh
this time?
hours
You
at dinner.
looking to drink your sorrows away with some friends?
That's your purpose for being here, not mine. Don't project your ways of thinking onto me.
So you're saying the only reason you came is to help Tainari with his brainstorming?
Precisely.
Yeah, why not?
Kaveh
I
will have
mean,
a long road in front of her.
Hey, just to get one thing clear. Even if Kale manages to make her way to the academia, we cannot let her enroll in her avatat. Sharwar is obviously the best choice for her. She's been a trainee forest ranger for so long, she'll definitely be good with her hands.
yeah, but like if the forest. Wait, what's Tainari's school?
What are you saying? Spontamad is the better
Oh my
choice.
gosh.
It's where I graduated from, after all.
Yeah, but
Then what about Amorta? That's the Darshan her master actually
yeah,
graduated
that's the
from.
one. That's the one.
There are only 2 other Darshans left. We might as well select all of them on her enrollment application.
I'm trying to have a serious discussion here.
I'm sure he is too.
Traveler, you aren't associated with any of the 6 Darshans.
No, I am not.
In your opinion, which Darshan would be the best choice for Kale?
I think she should get through the second phase of her studies first. Yeah, I think she should get through her studies, and then when the time comes for her to choose a direction, she should choose a direction based on what she thought and what she learned from her
Well
studies.
said.
Agreed. And my goal in inviting you here was to gather some thoughts on the execution of this second phase.
Okay.
Phase 2 far exceeds Phase 1 in both curriculum complexity and the speed of instruction.
Alhaitham is so
I
pretty.
hope Kale has prepared herself for what is coming.
Hey, what are you thinking now? Please don't tell me you're planning on lending her those abstruse books from your home library.
Actually, I was thinking about lending her a professions guide.
I'll make sure to write, "Don't become an architect" on the front page of that.
Don't you love your job, Kaveh? Oh, another heart.
Right,
Yes.
I can't deny that.
Is there another phase after Phase 2? What's the ultimate goal of all of this? Are we trying to prepare her for a job in the academia?
We don't need to think that far ahead. Hold that thought, though. I think my vegetables are done.
Or were you cooking something?
I'm telling you, that client
Oh,
had
no.
no idea what he was talking about. No matter what I did, he had something bad to say about it.
Oh no. Poor baby. Again. What is it? He has had like another glass? One more? Ugh, Kaveh sure gets drunk fast.
Have you considered finding another client?
They're all the same. I haven't had a good night's sleep for months now. Who do they think they are, ordering me to alter my design over and over again just because they have some mora?
I love
It's
this.
too late now to change careers. You might as well try to find some joy in the pain. Besides, you'll be getting up in the middle of the night to make edits to your own design even when the client doesn't request it.
No. Not true.
Yes, it is.
You're up, Kaveh.
Yes, it is.
I'll tell you a new joke.
Oh no.
We'll save that for the end, Sino. You can keep it to yourself until then.
Thank you, Tainari.
Whatever.
Sino's like
I'm
bursting
not
at the
going
seams.
to use my brain anymore. Let's drink tonight to our heart's content.
No thoughts, head empty, only wine. Oh, that's adorable. Leisurely gathering. The positive feelings you gain will get you through the long and difficult years. I am saving this one. I want to look at this later. Oh, Kali's in the background. There she is. Whoa. Return. Okay. Let's see. We can probably do one more for right now. Don't think we're gonna have time to get through all 5 today. I think there's 5 anyway, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these probably, you know, opens up another path. Oh, yeah, up at the top. 2 out of 5. Okay, tavern, heart to heart, and then we can choose... Yeah. Alright, back to the tavern. More drinking for Kaveh. Whoops, I wanted the map. There it is. Maybe if I decide to stream on Friday, maybe we'll finish up Kaveh's hangouts on Friday morning. Oh, I should switch. For funsies.
Taking this commission was truly the worst decision ever.
Are you alright?
Oh, hey. I wasn't expecting to run into you here.
Kaveh's so pretty, you guys. Kaveh's so pretty. I remember the first time I saw Kaveh, I took a picture of him, and I sent his picture to all my friends, and I was like, look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. He's so pretty, he's so pretty. He's so pretty, and everyone was like, you're right, he's super pretty.
Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern? Don't listen to anyone who says that drinking is an elegant pastime. It's no good for your health.
It is most definitely not good for your health. I followed you here.
So you saw that, did you?
I did.
I thought I was in the clear. I made sure to double check that nobody I knew was around.
I was 5 feet away.
Anyway, thanks for looking out for me. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm used to it by now. Stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss, I'll have a glass of wine. Same as last time. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
Juice! Glass of juice, please. Apple, if you got it.
Glass of juice coming right up.
He chugs down his glass of wine.
I know you're already keeping a secret from me, but if you could add this one to the list as well, I'd really appreciate it. Arguing with a client is not a good look for me. If word gets out, other potential clients might be afraid to work with me. That guy, though, what was he even going on about?
I wonder if one of the endings is going back and talking to him.
He's just a blabbering fool.
Like working with him, you know? Kaveh seems a lot more honest after he's had some wine, yes.
Another glass, please, boss. I'm not leaving today till someone has to carry me out.
You've got it, sir. I gotta say, though, it almost feels like you're saying that every other day now.
It really is every other day that you'd run into a client who knows nothing about construction requirements or architectural style. If this was in the past, I'd never have gone through 6 whole drafts trying to accommodate the client's preferences. But perhaps getting used to this just means that I've grown numb to it. I've worked on so many projects since graduation, and none of them have been approved at the first pass.
Sometimes you just have to try a little bit less.
Altering my designs, and by the time the clients were finally satisfied, all my passion and enthusiasm would be gone. It feels like I'm straying further and further from my artistic vision with every change I have to make. I suppose, though, that just sticking to your guns and completely disregarding other people's feedback would also not be a good thing. All of this makes for a real paradox, one that particularly crops up in my work, too. In the end, what is the true meaning of art?
Here we
Should I
go,
see
the
it as a
philosophical
divine
line
gift
again.
of inspiration from the gods, or an expression of the light of my own wisdom?
Here's your drink. How are you already spouting nonsense after just one glass? Your tolerance is usually much better than that.
Boss, what do you think is the meaning of art?
The meaning of art? Really, my friend, who in Sumeru understands art better than you? Anyway, I don't know about art, but I do know that I'm interested in business, and some patrons are waiting to be served. So, you'll have to excuse me for now.
Goodbye.
Just holler if you need anything.
What do you think, traveler?
What do I think indeed? Oh, this is probably where it splits off. Let's be clueless. I honestly have no idea.
No worries. It was just an offhand question. It's been bothering me for a while. Even when I'm awake, the question haunts me like a bad dream. I still haven't found a good answer to it. Or maybe there was never a correct answer in the first place.
Kaveh still looks dejected, indeed. I'll help you convince the client to come to your side. Oh, hey, this is... There you go. Go back to the client.
Thanks for offering, but you've seen how he is. He's not going to listen to anything I say. He understands nothing about my design, and all the suggestions he made were as if he just wanted to mock me.
I don't think he was intentionally trying to be difficult. If you can convince even him to see your point of view, I don't think he was intentionally trying to be difficult.
Okay, it is possible that I was just jaded by my frustration. Well, given I'm already on my 6th draft, I can probably push myself to make a 7th. Let's go have another talk with him. I know where we'd be able to find the guy. There's no time to waste. The wine can wait until another time. I'll go take care of the bill.
Okay. I don't know, maybe like sit down next to him and be like, okay dude, what do you want? Can you like draw me a terrible, you know, a terrible drawing of how big you want the door to be compared to the roof? Like, you know, where do I have to go? Oh my goodness, Port Ormos. That's quite a while away. There he is. Sir. Sir. Might we discuss the architecture?
Kaveh, what are you doing here?
Well, Mr. Habercorn.
I've changed my mind. I was overreacting earlier. Can we try discussing the project some more?
My apologies as well. Now that I think about it, some of my requests were indeed a bit unreasonable.
Oh good, we're both on the same
If I choose you
page.
to create the design for my project, I should have a bit more faith in your vision.
Thank you for understanding. Mutual trust is the basis for good communication. Now that we've got that out of the way, I think we can have a more productive conversation. To be perfectly honest, your commission request has been the most peculiar one I've ever received. Even now, I still know nothing about the building's intended purpose. All I know is that you want to build something in the desert for public use.
That is quite
I am aware
vague.
that overly specific requests will restrain the architect's artistic freedom. However, knowing nothing about the intended purpose of the building also means I have no idea if I'm on the right track. I've produced several draft proposals for you to choose from, and you've rejected every single one. If we don't get on the same page, it could be a decade before we can finally break ground on this project.
How did we get 6 whole-ass drafts into this commission process without, like, reaching this level of discussion before? Like, how did we get this far? How did we get this far?
Yes, I've given this some thought already. I think we can go with the general direction of the latest proposal that you just showed me. It's just...
Just what?
Putting the building design aside, can we get some less expensive materials for the floor tiles?
Oh, yeah,
I know
sure.
someone in the business, and the red bricks he sells can go for pretty cheap. The timber here as well. We should be able to find some substitutes.
I mean, working with a budget, it's great and all, but, like, are you being stingy, or do you have a budget? See, this also probably, it's like, I'm talking as if I'm the one that he's commissioning for this nonsense. But I don't know, it seems like all of this should have been laid out from the get-go. Again, how did we go through, like, 6 drafts before we got to this point of discussion? This definitely seems like stuff that should have been laid out during the first meeting.
Please give me a moment. My head's starting to hurt again. Just please hold on for a second.
It's the wine.
So, let me get this straight. You want to reduce the cost of the project, right? But if we implement your suggestions, then I'm afraid we have to scrap the entire design. Architectural design cannot be neatly split into discrete parts. Any change to one part of the design will affect the quality of the whole thing. I decided to utilize high-end timber for this section because the weight-bearing structure requires the supporting materials to be durable and strong. Same with the tiles. Switch them out and the entire mural will have to be redesigned.
Oh god, there was a mural.
More importantly, if we make such a change, both its practical functionality and aesthetic value will take a great hit.
Again, what's the
All we
intended
need
purpose
is
of
a
the building?
With a roof that can keep people dry in the rain. You shouldn't have commissioned me. Many architects would be able to build you one of those while charging far less in commission fees.
Actually, absolutely sure that there's no room for any changes in this draft of the design?
Well, I mean, what's
I
your
think
what's your
the
intended
most important
purpose,
thing
dude?
For me is to understand what you would actually like to get.
There we go.
If you could tell me
I'm
more
getting
about your vision,
frustrated. Kaveh and I are
might
the
be
same.
able to work with the design some more. You are the client, after all. You should have the final say on how the project turns out.
I want to build something unique. Something quiet and warm inside. A refuge that can block out the world outside.
Okay.
I want all who enter this building to be able to temporarily forget everything that's going on outside of the building and just focus on their task at hand.
That is a solid direction.
That's a bit more information than last time, but it's still extremely vague. To put it another way, every rich person who wants to build a mansion for themselves would request something like this. We've gone through many proposals, and this draft is already the cheapest one. Cutting costs by substituting building materials will not only detract from the overall effect of the building, it also won't save you much more in the grand scheme of things.
Thank you for giving it so much thought. Please give me some more time to mull over the budget.
Yes.
I'll get back to you once I've figured out a solution.
Yes.
I still have a few business meetings that I must attend, so I'm afraid I'll have to leave for now. You can just leave the proposal as is. I'll get in touch once I've given it some more thought.
Why do I feel like he's hiding something?
I also have a similar feeling.
Should we follow him and see if anything unusual comes up? Is he really that sketchy?
Is that really okay? I mean, what he does now is none of our business. He does seem really suspicious, though. He dresses like a rich person, but when you talk to him, he hardly sounds the part.
He sounds super frugal, too. He does sound, like, cheap.
That's actually pretty common.
Oh.
Not all rich people are spendthrifts. Many are just, as if not more, stingy than him. The more mora some people have, the more they love interfering with people's lives. Constantly reminding you to pay back your debts, or hinting every other day that it's time for you to pay rent.
I'll hate them.
Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not even sure this person really wants to work on this project with me. Putting his vague requests aside, he's still finding excuses to procrastinate even when we've decided on a plan. Who knows how long construction will take if he keeps delaying things like this? We should find him again and get some clearer answers. The sooner we can break ground on this, the better.
I agree. Follow the client. Am I gonna have to be stealthy? Probably not, I guess. What?
Where did he go? I could have sworn he went this way.
I don't see him.
Let's keep looking.
Mr. Sir. Oh, is he at that place where the, oh, you search the area with Kaveh but find no trace of Badawi?
Hey, look! Isn't that Badawi?
Badawi.
It sure looks like him, but he's dressed completely different now.
Oh?
What is he up to?
Didn't I tell you before? I'm not looking for more workers. Plus, aren't you a bit old for physical labor? If something happens to you, I won't be able to pay for it.
Oh, you won't have to worry about that. I grew up as an Eremite mercenary and worked in the desert my entire life. My body's still in great shape.
Yeah, you got like rippling
I don't
abs
have
there, my
many
guy.
Talents, but I still have my muscle. If you need someone to unload goods or drive away sumpter beasts, I'm your man.
You used to be an Eremite mercenary?
I know there are a lot of bad apples in our ranks, but most are just trying to make a living. We're not that greedy by nature, and we'll do our best when given a job.
Let me think. I'm sorry, but I still can't take you in. I don't have any open positions right now, and don't have the Mora for anything more.
Valid.
How about this? Why don't you try your luck somewhere else?
Okay.
So what is this guy's angle?
Eremites? Huh. From the way he was dressed, I would have thought he was a merchant from the rainforest. Let's ask him about it.
Well, hold on. I want to learn. Okay. I like, if I could, ask the client about their strange behavior. I was like, well, we could just, like, follow him more. Hey, what's up, bruh?
We meet again.
Huh? Why are you guys here?
That's what we wanted to ask you. Who are you? Why did you dress up like a merchant to talk to me about our project?
The truth come out.
There's no need for us to continue this project if you still want to keep hiding things from us. I don't work with individuals I can't trust.
Believe me, I didn't have any bad intentions. It's just...
All
right, there's no point hiding anything anymore. The building I'm trying to commission you for is not really a personal residence for me, but rather a library for children living in the desert.
Why didn't you just say so?
Library? Funded entirely by yourself. Shouldn't this be the responsibility of the academia?
Oh.
I've heard that the academia will be looking to prioritize the desert with the allocation of education.
I forgot to hit the autoplay
resources and
button.
Materials. It sent over a large shipment of regular goods just last month.
You're right, and I was aware of these happenings as well. I just figured what I want to do is a separate effort from what's already being done by the academia. The desert is too vast. Even if the academia spends a lot of effort trying to disseminate knowledge in those parts, it might still take decades, if not centuries, to reduce the educational gap that already exists between the two regions. And what's more, I don't know if the academia would ever reverse its stance in the future. All I know is that as a desert dweller, we should not wait passively for good things to happen to us. If we only did that, we'd never be able to stand up and hold our heads high. I don't have much longer left on this world, so I just want to use whatever time I have to contribute something to my homeland.
Why didn't you just tell us that from the start?
I didn't want you to know that I came from the desert. I've lived in the desert my entire life, and there wasn't anyone here that I could trust. I figured I needed as much safety as I could get.
Valid.
The point that you even disguised your identity? That's certainly taking playing it safe to the next level. Hold on. Don't tell me you've also been scammed before.
Also?
When I first came to Sumeru
Also?
City,
Kaveh.
I brought a lot of Mora, hoping to find an architect that I could work with.
Oh shit, he was
Someone
scammed.
agreed to take on the project, and even took a sum of Mora from me, but then disappeared without a trace.
Oh
After
goodness.
that, I heard that there are a lot of untrustworthy people in this business. Some would run as soon as they've been paid, while others would deliberately use expensive materials and take a cut of the construction funding.
This is what Liyue had going for it with the contracts and everything. There should be just, like, you know, legal steps for, like, like that for everyone. Like, or everywhere, I mean. Liyue has it right.
I spent a while collecting information in the city, and eventually learned that you're the most famous architect in all of Sumeru. I figured that you wouldn't need to make Mora by scamming people, so I decided to reach out to you. By the way, how did you know I was scammed? I don't think I've ever mentioned that to anybody.
Yes, Kaveh, how did you
Just a
know?
hunch. A while ago, I accepted an offer to work on a project in the desert, and was also scammed out of a large sum of Mora.
Does this hangout quest have an option in which we go beat up the person who's scamming everybody? That'd be nice.
I ran into someone who was living in a pretty run-down house. I noticed a load-bearing wall on the verge of collapse, and suggested that I build a new house for him. He said that he had no way to pay for it, so I loaned him some of my own Mora, and told him to get some stone and timber from the local vendors. Soon after that, I found out that he had gone gambling with all the money, and lost everything, down to the last coin. And after that, he even borrowed Mora from me twice more, using a different excuse each time. I didn't even suspect him of any wrongdoing until he hired a group of mercenaries and tried to ambush me in his own house.
Oh, that's not good.
According to him, I looked like an easy target because I was an academia scholar who didn't have any family or friends in the desert.
Oh my.
What kind of person would just look at someone else and think, This guy looks like an easy target.
I mean, Kaveh. First of all, you're the prettiest girl in school. Second of all, you don't even wield your own weapon. You have your briefcase wield it for you. Looks can be deceiving and all, but, like, I don't know. Is it really that strange?
Those kinds of things do happen every once in a while, yes. Folks like him are the exact reason why us desert dwellers' reputation have gone down the drain. I must apologize to you on their behalf.
No, it's fine.
It's all right. You were also scammed by someone from Kasharwar after all. I should apologize to you on their behalf. Ultimately, neither of our experiences had anything to do with the desert or the rainforest. People who are new to an area are always easy targets for criminals.
Bad people are everywhere.
Yeah, you'll find both good and bad people everywhere. I can't understand the logic of those who like to take advantage of others, but I have to accept their existence as a fact of life. Anyway, I digress. Let's return to the topic at hand.
Yeah, we were kind of getting off for,
getting off topic. Because you thought I was deliberately using expensive materials to take a cut as a middleman?
That's what I was afraid of initially, yes. I eventually understood that you weren't out to cheat me. But unfortunately, I still don't have nearly enough mora to pay for the design you proposed. I've done the math and know that we should be able to make it if we cut some corners. However, after our conversations, I can see that you're passionate about your design, and I'm quite fond of the proposal as well.
I'm sure we can, like, compromise on it a little bit more.
I decided to try and see if I can afford your proposal as is. I've been looking for work every day, and in another month, I should be able to cobble together enough mora to meet the budget.
By cobble together, you mean you're going to spend your entire life savings on this project? But then, what will you do if something unexpected comes up, and you find yourself stuck with no emergency fund?
To be honest, I haven't really thought about that. I mean, when you've lived to be my age and something happens, you can't really call it unexpected anymore. All I want is to build this library before I leave this world, so that the children of the future would have some books to read, and the desert dwellers would be able to learn their letters and pick up some practical knowledge.
Again, leaving behind a building with a legacy that lasts. I love this hangout quest, you guys. This is awesome. I love this. You seem really passionate about this project.
A while ago, I heard that the academia had decided to recruit a number of exceptional children from the desert.
Oh?
Of course, this is welcomed news. But as someone who spent their entire life in the desert, I still have a few concerns. I know the desert life, and can predict what the problems will be. Many children from the desert have had neither the interest nor the proper environment to learn. So even if the academia would take them in, once they enter the halls, they might find themselves surrounded by other children who look and act very differently from them. And as a result, they might become socially isolated.
Yeah, that's a good
Yes,
point.
I can imagine that. My father passed away at an early age. Even though I had a good number of friends during my years at the academia, for some time I still sensed many critical looks in my direction. I'm sure a child coming all the way from the desert will have an even harder time. But let's bring this back to the building itself. I think you said that you want this building to be quiet and warm, with its doors serving as a solid barrier to block out the sound and fury outside, and allow one to focus on the book in their hands. Building it according to the current plan will be quite costly. Even if I don't charge you any commission fees, I don't think we'd be able to keep it under your budget. Any ideas on what we can do?
Let's see. Would any other merchants be willing to sponsor the project, or can we try a slightly different style? What is my suggestion? I think the more people get involved, like, the less they're gonna want to do that. Like, I mean, you know, if I were to suggest other merchants be willing to sponsor the project, because this guy was already kind of, like, not hip to reveal what he wanted to do with it, so I think the idea of, like, branching out to try to find other people is he's not gonna jive with it. Maybe we can try a slightly different style?
A slightly different
Oh, I
style?
got hearts. Nice.
Give me a minute. Most architects would probably prioritize cutting costs and removing extra features in this situation. Indeed, converting the building into a simple bungalow would solve most of our problems. However, I do not think this would be the best solution. While it's true that the aesthetic value of a building is often viewed as an afterthought, neglecting it has some long-term negative consequences. It is especially undesirable in this situation, as the library will serve a high number of children, many of whom would have never been exposed to structures that may be considered elegant or beautiful. To completely give up on the more aesthetic design would mean stripping the children of an opportunity to appreciate the beauty of architecture. I share Badawi's sentiments in wanting to preserve a more complex design.
We can, like,
However,
turn it down, like, a little
reduce
bit.
the ornate aspects of the
Yes,
design while
like that.
maintaining its fundamental elegance, which is to say we won't touch the arches and stone pillars, but make changes elsewhere. This is definitely a first. To make up for the loss of regular details, we would need to put a lot of extra effort into the layout, lines, and color.
I see. Would that really be okay?
It just increases the difficulty of the design. You should feel lucky that out of all the architects in the city, you chose to approach me. Most of the others would have given up on this project by now. As for inspiration, I think I might have something in mind, but I'd need to visit the site to make sure. Where do you want this place to be built? Tell me the exact location.
Aru Village.
Excellent.
Although it wasn't my childhood home, I think it'll be the best site for such a building.
I agree.
Okay, then we can pay a visit to Aru Village.
Yes, let's go.
Is there something I can
not
do
yet.
for you? I've already caused you a lot of trouble before, and now you're revising the design again because of me. Which draft are we even on now? It's making me feel terribly guilty.
Let me think. You said you used to be an Eremite mercenary, right? In that case, you could help us clear out some monsters that are blocking the way to Aru Village.
There you go.
We want to keep the roads clear, and reduce the loss of materials during transport to a minimum. If everything goes well, that'll help us save some Mora.
All right, just leave it to me. If there's anything I'm good at, it's clearing out monsters.
Good to hear, good to
What are you
hear.
waiting for then? Let's pack up and get ready to go.
This is so exciting. Okay, to Aru Village. A whole new style. Go to the trade route for the transport of construction materials. We're walking backwards. Thank you. Thank you. Sure, I'll grab the scarab. Can never have too many scarabs. Or too little, for that matter.
Most materials going from Caravan Rebat to Aru Village would pass through here.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of monsters out here today. If you find it hard to keep up, just let us know.
Oh, don't worry about me. This is nothing. I'll be careful, though, and you should do the same.
Oh, I probably should have Kazuha on my team. Oh well. We're here now. I guess we're... Oh, I'm trying to attack this guy. Oh no, sorry, buddy. My bad. I'm like, why isn't he taking any damage? Well, because he's my ally. Yeah, this would have been much easier with, Kazuha. But, we're here now, so... Is that it? Yes, cool. Easy peasy. Oh man, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I've spent my entire life fighting these kinds of monsters in the desert after all. They won't get the best of me.
Look at the treasure hoarder in the background. Just, doing his thing, just chilling. Totally ignoring us, which is hilarious.
But it's one thing to fight against monsters, and another to fight against an old injury. It's something I picked up when I was young. There were many fights between mercenary brigades back then, and one day someone stabbed me in the back.
Oh, that's quite an injury.
With age, it's caught up to me. Few mercenaries get to enjoy their later years. Failing health tends to take the joy out of reputation and wealth, and many mercenaries never even made much of the latter to begin with.
Is there someone you know who can help to look after you?
Unfortunately, no. My wife passed away at an early age, and I don't have any children. Sometimes I'd close my eyes and realize most of my life story has already been written. I have many regrets about my past, but at the same time I also know that there were never many options for me in the first place. I joined the Eremites when I was young, and won many battles with them. My survival was more a matter of luck than actual ability. If at all possible, I want future children of the desert to have some more options in life. I don't want them to turn out like me. My apologies. The older we get, the more we tend to ramble. Seems like we've already cleared out most of the monsters. Let's hurry over to Aru Village.
Alright, let's go. Badawi walks into the distance as he talks. Kaveh is lost. Oh no! I couldn't read it fast enough. He's lost in thought as something. What's on your mind?
I think it's really admirable of him to spend his whole life savings on people he's never met. Maybe he's doing this out of natural kindness. A kindness that hasn't been eroded away by the struggles of his life.
You're also that kind of person, which is why you're helping him.
Perhaps. To clarify, though, I don't think I'm quite the same. Some people call me an idealist. I do have some sentiments of that general persuasion, such as wanting everyone to be able to lead a happy life. But my situation is more complex than that. In the beginning, what drove me to harbor those thoughts was less idealism and more a desire to make up for a sense of guilt. When I was young, I impulsively encouraged my father to take part in the first Inter-Darshan Championship, hosted by the Academia.
Oh.
He set off confidently hoping to win something for me, but failed to clinch the title. What's more, he fell into depression after the competition, and requested to join an investigative research project in the desert. I never saw him again. Word has it that he got caught in quicksand. Even if other factors may have contributed to his death, the fundamental cause still circles back to me.
That is quite a huge amount of guilt to carry. Yikes.
I started doing many things in life because I wanted to make amends. Even in cases where I couldn't do something for a specific person, I still did whatever I could. I think I just wanted to make myself feel a little better.
I mean, it's not your fault, but is that how you still feel?
At this point, even I don't know. I've tried self-reflection, but it didn't help. I can't seem to walk away from many things that I see or hear about, even if they don't directly concern me. And I can't quite pinpoint the source of it. Maybe it's just like what those Vahumana scholars often say. It's hard for people to truly understand themselves. I could be doing things out of endless guilt, or I could be doing them out of a strong sense of empathy. It could even just be a matter of conceit. The potential motivations could number in the dozens, but the actions they result in are the same. Anyway, I suppose I don't really mind being called an idealist. They also used that term to describe my father. It seemed to carry fewer connotations back when he was around. I've known Al-Haytham for many years now, and discussed my ideology with him for nearly as long. Maybe argued is a better word for it. He told
Bickered,
me
perhaps.
a long time ago that no matter how strong of a swimmer you may be, you'll still get dragged under by the others who are drowning once you run out of stamina. He believes this is the fate that awaits all idealists. I still believe I should live by my ideals, and I've given him countless reasons why I think it's a good idea to do so. Perhaps my ideals are flawed, But are there really any perfect things in this world? Unfortunately, he remains unconvinced.
What a topic to come up for me, Vitruvian Jay, Homunculus created in the pursuit of perfection.
If someone happens to drown next to him, he'll most likely stand on the shore and mumble something along the lines of respecting other people's fates. But as you can see, I'm not the only idealist in the world. Just as there are different seasons, there are also different people. There are many others who will continue to care about the fates of those who are not directly related to them. And when I finally run out of stamina, someone will also reach out and bring me back to shore. Someone will help me, right?
Yes.
Yes. I've already been helped like that before.
I'm literally right here. Should I have a life preserver at the ready? I'll help you when the time comes. We're gonna be a little bit quippish about it.
Oh, please. It's not like we're actually talking about swimming. Also, just so you know, I actually took a swimming elective back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
Don't underestimate my skills.
I'm not.
Either
I
way,
promise.
I'm feeling much better than when you first found me at the tavern.
Good.
I can feel inspiration already welling up inside of me. Maybe this will be just the opportunity I needed to create a whole new style. All right, let's head to Aru Village.
Yes, we're almost there by now, probably. We're walking as Kaveh. Oh, you know, I heard, yeah, I'm just thinking about, you know, hangout quests and storylines and stuff. I heard that Kaya's getting a hangout quest in the next update. Where are my frames? When will they come back from the war? Am I better now? No? Okay, whatever. Why have I been having such awful frame rate issues lately? This is terrible. I'm gonna have to figure something out. Higher? Ugh. Yeah. Cool. Found it.
Now that we're here, it's my partner's time to shine. Marak!
That's the briefcase. Forgot the name earlier.
Oh, what's this?
My toolbox. I built it using an ancient mechanical core. It's not too smart, but it's super useful and can help me with a variety of tasks.
You
I'll
are
keep
so
around and find a
smart,
suitable location
Kaveh.
for the building. Once that is done, I'll get to work on a few designs.
Traveler?
Oh, Sataria.
Ah, you know each other?
Yes.
Hello. I suppose you must be Kaveh from Kasharwar.
It's been a while.
I have heard of you before. My name is Sataria, and I'm currently the person in charge of promoting educational assistance programs here in the desert.
Well, you'll be happy to know why we're here.
Educational assistance programs. Then you must be familiar with the local conditions here.
I can't say I'm too familiar just yet, but if you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them.
I've been commissioned by Mr. Badawi to build a library in the desert. We've settled on the general design direction, but we are trying to finalize some details based on the conditions around the intended location.
A library? Do you intend to open it to the public for free?
That would be a library.
I want to make sure the children will have books to read.
That's fantastic! I'm sure the children will be thrilled. Right now, we don't have access to many paper books or a quiet place to read. Truth be told, this very thing has been keeping me up at night.
Let me get
Good
straight to
thing
my
we're
questions, then.
here.
Can you estimate the number of children around here who'd be interested in reading? Besides the usual noise of village pedestrians, are there any other sources of noise in the village? Oh, and have any landscapes
Oh, he's
occurred
like
here
totally
recently?
thinking.
And also, where are the spots around the village that have been most affected by wind and erosion?
Sataria considers Kaveh's questions and offers her answers. Thinking sounds, thinking sounds, thinking sounds.
All right, that should be everything. Badawi, let's go over the budget again.
Heart
Keep
obtained.
the building structure the same, but make the place a little bigger, so it'll be able to hold more people and get better natural light. The parts of the project that cost the most will be the insulation and ventilation materials. I'm sure you understand, no one likes to read in a place that's hot and stuffy. I want to make significant changes to the arrangement of the bookshelves, tables, and chairs. I'll go over the specifics of that shortly. I have 2 plans in mind. Both are pretty minimalist in style, but will provide a very different ambiance from the world outside. Our final cost should be around 70% of the last figure I quoted.
Nice.
The whole thing should take around half a year to complete.
Not bad.
Rock has produced a sketch for all of you to see. If everyone's okay with it, then we'll proceed with that as the formal plan.
You've got a new design plan already.
The inspiration just came to me naturally.
We found
All I
it.
did
He's
was
got
put
his
thoughts
spark
to
back.
paper. I must give you credit, though. If it weren't for your advice and suggestions, I probably wouldn't have landed on this new style so quickly. According to the traditions of my profession,
He's so
I
cute.
should probably name this style after you. Let's call it the Traveler style.
The Traveler style,
In the
Vitruvian
meantime,
style.
Let's look forward to the day when this building is completed and can finally open its doors.
Oh, that's cute too. Look at his smile. I wish I could make it bigger. Blueprint, blue, blip, blup, blup. Let's try that again. Blueprint for the future. Present suffering is nothing compared to granting hope for the future to others. Press B to save. Excellent. Cool. Oh, it disappeared. Well, that was fantastic. I had a great time with this. Let's go claim the rewards for the 3 endings we got. I'm not gonna do the last 2 today. Like I said earlier, if I stream on Friday, it's not on my schedule at the moment, but oh, I can go 2 different directions with the library. Interesting. But I don't have anything on my schedule for Friday because I'm streaming on Thursday instead. But, like, you know, who knows? If I'm feeling like it on Friday, maybe I'll just stream anyway. Good old-fashioned guerrilla stream, as the kids say. But, like, is it really guerrilla if I'm just, like, an independent streamer, you know, right? But, anyway, here, let me, like, face something so I have a little bit better frame retention, I guess. But that is it for today's Genshin Impact stream. Thank you all for being here and sticking around as we did this hangout event. Like, this was awesome. I genuinely had a fantastic time for just doing something that was a bunch of dialogue options. I had oodles of fun. So I hope everybody else had oodles of fun as well. We learned a lot about Kaveh, and the next time we do this, we're going to learn even more about Kaveh. How excellent, how interesting, how fascinating, how gorgeous, how beautiful, just like the man, the myth, the legend, Kaveh himself. But, yeah, let's see, what am I doing this week? Like I said, there's no stream tomorrow, I'm busy tomorrow, so nothing. I never stream on Wednesdays. And Thursday, still keeping to the whole Genshin thing, Thursday, June 1st, is Ito's birthday. So I'm going to, granted my arm feels okay, I plan on doing an art stream, and I'm just gonna draw, like, an Ito portrait or something simple. Maybe I'll sketch something beforehand to just get a direction for what I want to do, and then at the very least maybe do, like, line art or something on stream. I'm very bad at finishing art in one go. But regardless, on Thursday we're going to be doing some manner of art stream with Ito, as long as my arm feels okay. And I've already addressed Friday. And then Saturday is, language learning, Duolingo, as usual. But, yeah, so that officially wraps up everything that I have to talk about. Once again, thank you for coming to this stream. My name is Vitruvian Jay. I hope you have had a wonderful time playing Genshin with me today. And I hope that the next time you tune into my stream, you also have fun there as well. You know, if you like what I do, how I play things, you know, whatever, you can follow me on Twitter or all my other socials. Everything is down below in my panels, or you can follow me here on Twitch, because, obviously, this is where I do all my content. My video archive is also on YouTube at youtube.com/Vitruvian Jay. You know, Vitruvian Jay, that's me! But anyway, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful... My wrist's cracked. Apologies. Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. But, yes, have a good evening, have a good afternoon, have a good morning, have a good night, whatever time zone you're in. Have a good one, and I sincerely hope to see you next time. So, bye-bye.